Hey, how are you? Uh, so you saw the title, right? No discs? Let's talk about that. So, hello guys, I'm Tassos. Welcome back to my channel again. As you can see, I'm having a drink. Fever Tree sparkling pink grapefruit. Mm, that's good. I'm gonna need that. So, Sony just announced, well, not just, but it's just, well, forget it. Yeah, Sony just announced that with the beginning of 2028, we won't be having any of these anymore. These are my latest additions to my PlayStation library, the original PlayStation. And like 2 out of 3, I just had those just recently acquired. And it feels funny, like was almost by instinct that I bought them, thinking my PlayStation library is too thin. And yeah, that's kind of true. I mean, judging by the games I have, like on 16-bit Sega especially, or Atari games, that's definitely a thing. That's definitely true. So, no more physical games, right? Um, I don't know how to approach that getting into this video because, as far as I go, we should have seen it coming like many years ago. People keep pretending that, oh, they sound surprised, like, oh my God, where's gaming going to? And so many people seem surprised. But I'm here thinking we've seen this be a thing and people actually preferring digital versus physical for many years now. People talking down to other people who actually support and had physical gaming libraries at their home, making memes out of it, showing pictures of someone's library being full of games versus someone that has just an SD card. This has been a thing for many, many years, I assure you. I remember 2013, I had just gotten my PS4 and working in retail. I had this angry customer coming in the store and yelling at me and pretty much everyone else because he had gotten his Xbone and he had a code. He supposedly had this game, but it was a code on a piece of paper. And he's like, that's not the game. That's just a lousy code. And what I'm going to do about that? I have no internet. And I'm borderline laughing my ass off and thinking, if this becomes a mainstream situation at some point, we're going to be in trouble. And here we go. Here we are. Cheers to that. Now, digital has its pros, okay? Nobody can argue that there's people that absolutely hate what I'm doing right here. Sorry about Again, I totally get the idea of people absolutely hating what I'm doing right here with all that junk right there in the back. I understand the convenience that you can watch a movie with the press of a button, not really having to use up your precious space in your living room or your bedroom or pretty much anywhere. I understand all that. But here we're talking about something that's super important uh, to people that actually want to own things. And that's the most important thing for me, to people that actually want to preserve things for the generations to come. Because with all that jazz and with physical media out of the way, because people think we're just talking about video games right now, but it's the same thing with movies as well. Very recently, again involving Sony, people lost, I don't know how many movies that they had paid for because Sony took them out of the list of uh, a subscription related web page, probably. Correct me if I'm wrong. Like I was reading the article the other day, and I didn't pay it like a too heartfelt attention, and maybe I should have because it's really important. Another thing that struck me is that very recently we had that EA licensing expiring, and with that we have, as a result, uh, the tragic thing that happened is that we can't really access older FIFA games anymore because of that licensing. They're nowhere listed in any Play Store. The only way for you to play them is actually owning a physical copy. And that, if that happened to FIFA, I mean, I'm not a huge fan, but if that happened to FIFA, it could happen to any franchise. Any franchise. Now, people are complaining about not being able to lend the games. I also understand the struggle, but there might be a solution coming up with this one. I mean, Nintendo has already shown the way. I think it's called Virtual Cartridge. Rafa was here the other day with Switch 2. He was showing me that he could basically lend me a game, porting it to my Switch, and letting me use it until I give it back, like in digital form again. But yeah, it's, when something is digital and it's bound to a very specific account, it cannot be used long term. It's not going to happen. You're not going to be having the physical game. Not having the physical game will not let you be able to preserve that game long term. Like having it on a faceless hard drive versus having an actual CD is totally two different things. And if you dig deep enough, you will understand what I'm talking about. Again, like I said, I saw so many people feeling surprised over that, and I'm thinking, really? That's very valiant of you, since you were part of the problem. All these people talking how digital was so much more convenient and so much better. These people now are making videos and getting thousands of views just talking about, oh, that was horrible. I didn't expect this to happen, but you were fine paying the same amount of money for a digital non-existent game versus a physical copy, like the same amount of money you were charged for both the physical and the digital, and you were fine with it, and you thought they wouldn't get ideas? Really? Is that what you thought? But the most important part is, where's gaming going from here? I heard some ridiculous opinions like gaming is dead and gaming this. You can't stop a man, nor can you stop a woman from gaming if they really love it. There are solutions, okay? They're behind me. Like, I know my age range love that junk behind me. And that is constantly coming back year after year after year. We got the Atari 2600 Plus. It's a magnificent gaming console. Does it play outdated games? I don't fucking care. There's even older developers from Activision coming back and remaking games or making new games, as I gather. There's definitely a situation with new games coming on the Atari 2600. I'm talking like 224, 225. Correct me if I'm wrong. You can search it up. That's still happening. And all these are physical copies. They're physical games that you can physically buy. Are they like AAA titles like with PS4 or PS5? Most certainly not, but they're still there. And it's a free market. You can support that market. And speaking of supporting that kind of market, I definitely not feel comfortable already owning a PS5 was a fluke for me. Getting a PS5 was a complete and utter fluke. And thank you, George, for giving me that opportunity because I have a busted PC for quite a while, as you know. and my laptop is like a piece of junk from 2011. I have it right here, right next to me. It doesn't connect to the internet anymore. I just barely use it to transfer some of my files. And I'm basically using my PS5 as an editing machine. I'm barely playing games on it. Like the only game I played the shit out of on this system is this one. And I'm not talking about my PS4 library because yes, I am using my PS4 games on my PS5 because I had to remove my PS4 and put my PS5 there. But still playing those PS4 games on the PS5 doesn't mean technically that this thing is being used properly like the machine it is, because I have 4 PS5 games. The only one that's seen enough hours of gameplay is this one. I already wasn't feeling comfortable tracking down a PS5, let alone owning it. It was just a minor convenience for me that a friend of mine practically wanted to get rid of it because the price of that I paid for this is like a steal. And thanks to George for giving me that opportunity. But if the PS5 has that much less time of gaming with me, like actively, it's games, then I can't see me buying a PS6 ever. Ever. Which means more money in my bag. And you know what I'm going to do with it? Because I'm freaking dumb? Neo Geo, fucking Neo Geo, here I come. Because I love physical copies. I'll be getting a cartridge the size of my head, and I'm going to be bashing my head with it. There's always options. Gaming is not dying. Forget about it. Is it going to change? Of course, but we're responsible. That's what I want you to put your little head into. I want you to really understand that we are to blame because we never stopped their advances. We were the yes man to pretty much every kind of bullshit they pushed on our way. Everything they said, the prices go $80, $90. Yes, sir. The prices go even beyond that. Yes, sir. The prices of the digital is the same as the prices for the physical. Yes, sir. And all these contracts while downloading a game or even buying a physical game, all these contracts that saying a bunch of things that you never read. You always press agree and okay just to move on and play your game. I'm guilty as well for doing this. You never read those things to know exactly what they say. They can pull the plug physically from any game you own anytime. They just shut down the PS3 Play Store. If by any chance you made space, you still have a PS3 like I do, and you made some space with a game that you owned previously and you had paid for it, you don't own it anymore. If at this point, I don't know if it's like physically like complete shutdown, the PS3 Play Store, but if it is, then you lost your games. It's over. If you didn't re-download them, and even if you paid for them, it's over. You lost them. Damn it, like, if you physically owned a disc, that would never happen. Oh, shut up with that motorcycle. Bottom line is, nothing beats physical media. Okay? Call me a dinosaur, call me whatever you like. Even having an old cartridge means that you can dump the ROM on a PC and legally own the fucking ROM. You can do the same thing with a functioning disk. Even if it has minor scratches, you still have the chance to save it. What are you gonna do with all these games that will come like from 2000, starting 2008, 28 and after? What are you gonna do with those? I know that lots of people are just gonna be like, yeah, whatever, this is evolution, things are changing, live with it. But really, like it happened before with the digital, we had the physical and digital was an option, was a B option at some point. Let that physical thing be the B option. And I just hope I'm wrong. But I feel Sony is just, the beginning. Their announcement is just the beginning, okay? This has started long ago. This has started with Xbox, actually. Let's be honest, this thing has happened with Xbox. Nobody fought back. It was bound to happen. It was bound to happen. It was bound to be like that for their stupid rivals to do just the same thing, to follow an already crumbling situation, an already crumbling system, which is the Xbox, is absolutely crumbling. The sales, everything. And, they will do the same thing. They will do the same fucking thing. And I know that right now I sound like an old guy in his rocking chair thinking, oh, back in my day it was better. I can't see Nintendo and Sega at their peak doing that stupid thing. But of course, you mold your audience, you mold the guys that actually pay for the stupid things you suggest. It was bound to happen. I don't know what else to say. And I shouldn't be the one worrying because I don't care. Like I said, I'll buy a Neo Geo. I'll stop buying these consoles. I don't feel like getting a PS6. I don't feel like getting a Switch 2. And with Switch 2, I might have done it, but since all my friends, like my closest friends, own one already, I don't feel like doing it. I feel like, knocking on their door like we used to. Hey, can I play with you? There's no way Tio is going to tell me, oh, of course not. You're not going to play, you plebe. I'm going to go if I want, right now, he lives right downstairs. I can knock on his door and say, oh, well, you know what? I had this urge of playing Super Mario Kart. Will he let me do that? Yeah, of course. I can sit in his living room and play it right now. That's the bonus of being a man-child at 40-something. You practically pay from your pocket. Your friends do the same thing. It's a win-win situation. You companies out there like Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, I get you should start thinking of that. That if there are people with remaining brain cells, they might start doing this one. And if they start pulling that shit off, your sales are going to go down big time. But I don't have trust in the gaming community and how it has turned out to be in the late years. So, oh my God! That's why the proper Englishman drinks all day long. Anyways, guys, that's my angry take. I wanted to rant about that. I'm gonna switch that video off right now and make another one, talking about the two challenges that they made their deadline, and I didn't make a video about those, and maybe talk about the next challenges and ask you what you want to see next. So lots of things are going on now, and we have the World Cup raging on. Anyways, that's the kind of stuff you see in this channel. So if you'd like to share your opinions down there in the comment section, if you disagree with me, that's fine. But it is what it is. So feel free to express yourselves down there in the comment section. Of course, you have to be respectful. I mean, not necessarily to me, but keep in mind, don't argue with other people on the internet. It's not nice. Thanks for watching. If you like stuff like that, press like and subscribe. It helps this channel grow. As for me, I'll see you momentarily because I have to make another video now. Shoo, go away. I need to go ahead and cuddle with my physical copies. Bye.